guys. We're back and we're doing the vodka sauce for the penne.
Yum.
One of your favorites,
Yes,
you and Danny.
yes.
Okay, and I took that big onion and I sauteed it down to, it actually, see how small it got, Allie? Look.
Yeah, I know.
And you want to do it to get slightly browned, and then I added in like a half a dozen slivered cloves of garlic.
Okay.
'Cause you want to have a little garlic in there. But what you want to do is just cook it down low and slow. Do not rush with your onions and garlic. I think people, that's the main thing with sauce is people rush.
Rush. They're hungry. They want it fast.
Yes. Well, you got to do your onions first, then you throw in your garlic, and after that it's only a couple more minutes, and then you add your tomatoes. Okay.
It smells so good.
But see, even if they get a little light brown like that, it doesn't bother me because it gives it like a nice nutty flavor. Okay.
Really nice.
But the garlic doesn't take long, and I don't like to put them in at the same time.
Okay.
You do your onion first, and then your
How come?
because the garlic cooks so much faster.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the onions need time to cook down. Right, Dolores?
Right.
Oh,
She's
that
still back there. You gotta zoom in on that. She's like the queen.
luck.
Queen. I love it. She is a great cook. I mean, come on, I've learned a lot from her too. So, actually, the chicken and olives dish is like one of you started me on that dish.
That's
Yeah.
one of
I
my favorite.
might have changed it a little bit over the time, but
That's a really good one.
she always made that.
Yeah,
okay?
that's so good.
All right, so the onion and garlic. Now we're
Okay.
gonna add. I had the two 28-ounce cans of. I use the San Marzano whole tomatoes.
Where do you find those?
All the grocery stores have them. The
Okay.
Italian markets, grocery stores, but shop around because they're more expensive in different markets. They can be anywhere from $3 a can to $6 a can,
Wow.
depending on which one
Where
you
you
buy
go,
and where you go. Yeah. All right, so I just want to puree those this time. I don't want to use them whole. And if you don't like the whole tomatoes, you can use crushed tomatoes. You can use sauce. You can use a puree. But I really do like the whole.
I think
tomatoes.
it makes a difference.
I just like that. And once you puree them, it's nice. See, it
That
makes
looks
a nice.
so good, yeah.
So again, this is going to be enough for about 2 pounds of pasta. You figure 1 can of tomatoes per 1 pound of pasta.
Okay.
That's a little, if you want to add, if you're going to add meat to it, then you're going to need a few more cans, okay?
Okay.
But basically, this should cover 2 pounds of pasta. Right, Dolores?
Yep. About a pound.
All right, so now we're going to bring that back up to a simmer because we want to bring it to a little bit of a boil.
Okay.
And now we need to season the sauce, okay? So what are we going to add for seasonings?
Salt and pepper.
I'm making you do it now.
Oh,
I'm putting
okay.
you to work. All right, so you want to season?
There, I can do both.
And I've already seasoned the olive oil a little bit with salt and pepper and crushed red pepper, but we'll add a little bit more.
Does it matter how much you put in, or keep going? Okay.
Once you do this enough times, you'll realize that you're not going to overdo it. You know what you're doing. But tomatoes are very acidy, so you need a lot of salt
Okay.
to balance that out, okay? But don't worry, now, again, this is kosher salt, so it's going to be
You can
less.
add more.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so you're seasoning your tomatoes. The crushed red pepper is optional. It just gives it a little bit of kick,
Okay.
which I put in all my sauces. We like a little bit of crushed red pepper in there, right? So we're going to bring this up to a boil because tomatoes, again, just like the peppers, they have a lot of water in them.
Okay.
So you want to boil it out and then bring it back down to a simmer and let them reduce, okay? So, and if you find that some of them didn't puree in there, you just smash them. They're so soft. The San Marzanos are picked and canned at their perfect ripeness, so you literally could just break them in your hands.
Wow.
That's how tender they are. That's why they cost a little bit more. And you'll notice the difference. If you buy the regular whole tomatoes in a can, they're harder.
Yeah.
They're not as. And as far as brand, I have my favorites, but I don't like to. I use what I use, but you can use any brand, whatever you like, as far as brands. I'm gonna have to do a homemade pasta one of these days because everyone wants it. Oh, you do your homemade pasta? I really don't. But I have friends that do the homemade pasta, so they're gonna come over and do the video.
Oh my God, that's
with me, yeah.
crazy.
And so, for a dry pasta, everybody knows this is my favorite.
So
it's one of the best out there. Just really.
It makes a difference. You can taste the difference for sure.
I think so. I mean, we've tried so many brands over the years, and you just stick to the ones that you like. Now, this is coming to a boil, which is good. That's why normally you can wear an apron.
Yes. I have a white shirt on, so.
Back away. That's the one thing with tomatoes, they stain and it's tricky to get out,
messy.
right? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring that to a boil.
Okay.
And then you're going to, and then all the water and everything for about a few minutes, and then you'll turn it down to a simmer.
Okay.
And I will just do that so you don't get dirty, okay? And now we're going to add the vodka, okay?
Woohoo.
Now, vodka sauce is basically, it's a red sauce, but it's a creamy sauce because
Yeah.
there's cream and vodka in there, and the vodka just gives it that nice, like a round flavor.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can-
know. It's kind of like a
You can taste
Yeah,
the difference between a
yeah.
regular sauce and a vodka
Yeah,
sauce.
it's
It's
totally
creamier
different.
for sure.
not as
Yeah.
acidy.
Right.
You've had the vodka sauce before. Rita?
Yes.
You like it?
Yeah.
You know what? Can you grab the sugar over there? I just
Yeah.
need to add a pinch of sugar. That's one thing I also do too with my sauce. Just to offset the tomatoes, you do a little pinch of sugar sometimes, right?
Yep.
Doris, do you do that? Just a little. I don't even measure. I just.
You know.
That's
Okay.
it. That's
Easy
it.
as
And
that.
that's just gonna.
Wow.
Remember that with your sauces because that just balances it out. You know how you need salt in baking?
Yes.
Sometimes you need sugar in cooking.
Not too much sugar.
Not too much. We need to mic you up,
Yeah.
Cameron girl. She's throwing in her 2 cents over there, but you can't hear her. She is learning how to cook.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. She's buying the San Marzano tomatoes. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna put Rachel's name and business card on there.
Awesome.
She does a lot of
Yeah.
videotaping. She does sports and now she does cooking and yeah.
A whole
We
array
need
of
to know.
things.
We need to get her out there. All right, so now for the vodka, whatever vodka you use, and usually it's like a quarter cup, but I don't measure. I just do it. I do a few swirls. Okay. So does it have a spout? No, yeah. Sometimes you have to make sure, see if it has a spout or not.
Ah.
All right, so I'm gonna just do like a quarter cup. So it's gonna be like a few swirls, like that.
I feel like you can never have
Huh?
too much vodka.
You know what? And that's gonna cook down because you want that cook down. You want the alcohol to burn off,
But you
and
definitely
then
want
you're
that
gonna
taste
get the
in there.
flavor
Right.
of the alcohol after that burns out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let that simmer, and then I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna add the cream. I add the cream at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's splattered. It's splattered.
Yes, it
Mommy's-
did.
You know me with the cleaning. I gotta clean as I go.
That's okay.
All right. So now we'll let that go a little bit. Now I'm reducing. Now the vodka is reducing down here. See how the sauce? You'll see after a little bit, it even starts to thicken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? And I'm gonna just put this pasta in so we can show them. We'll do the pasta in a minute. Now every burner on my stove works at a different, they're higher heat levels. So
Oh,
this one
nice.
is always, if I put this on a simmer, it's exploding.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just have to be
Wow.
careful. You're gonna learn your stove when
Yeah.
you're older. You have to learn all these little things. We cook for a crowd. It's not like we're eating the whole pan, right?
Right. No.
No.
There's always leftovers for
Yeah.
days.
There's plenty. All right, so now this is simmering down nice, and now we can add a little bit of the cream. Now you can use heavy cream. I'm just going to use half and half because that's what I have. And I suppose you could even use milk if you wanted to make it a little lighter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I suppose.
Okay. So, again, I don't usually measure. We're making the sauce from red to pink, and guess what does that?
Okay.
The cream makes it rounds it. Yes.
A little bit of cream.
All right, so we're gonna do a little cream, and then we want to make it nice and pink. Who likes the
Oh,
pink?
Yum.
Danny.
Danny loves
He
penne.
loves the vodka sauce.
Oh yeah.
Now listen, this is where you can just decide how much you want to put
Right.
in there. Okay, you have to play around with it. First time I made this, I had way too much cream. It was like white. I was like, whoa, okay, that's not good. So you play around with it. Now I know.
Right.
I know. See, look at now. But you have to learn. You learn about cooking. You make mistakes. Your mistakes are sometimes your best meals,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
I wish Dolores was up here. She's ready. How that's nice blush.
Yes.
Hmm.
Really nice.
So good. All right, and we're gonna simmer that down a little bit. We want to thicken it up a little bit more.
Okay.
The more you simmer it, the thicker it gets. Everything blends together.
Right.
It's gonna be nice. And I have one more little trick on this before we bring that to a boil. I'm gonna show you. Remember, when you bring your pasta water to a boil, then you add your salt.
Oh, okay.
And you can measure. I don't really measure, but
You don't. Yeah. She doesn't measure much. That's
all
okay.
right. But you're just gonna pour a little bit in there like that.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
maybe a tablespoon. But see, it's gonna bring it to a rapid boil.
Okay.
And then we'll throw in our pasta. I like the penne. You like the penne with the vodka sauce, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's the best pasta you could use for the penne.
Penne, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't do spaghetti. It's not
No,
good.
that doesn't work.
And this isn't going to take long at all, so we'll just get this going.
It smells so good. Like I can just smell it right now. and I'm
Just
like,
remember
so
when you cook
hungry.
pasta, kids, that you need a lot of water. You always want to make sure you have extra water.
Okay.
Because if you don't have enough water, the pasta's going to cook properly.
Okay.
So, and you want to season the water and, before you cook it.
So just a little bit of salt and then you're
Mhm.
good. Okay.
And then we'll bring that back up to a boil. Actually, if you're in a rush sometimes and you really want it to come back up, cover it for a little bit, but
Okay.
not all the way. And then keep an eye on it. Okay, so we're gonna stir our pasta. We're looking good here, huh? Mm-hmm. Now, would you eat that, over pasta? Or did you ever order that in a restaurant?
No, I never. I mean, I've had broccoli rabe before in a restaurant, but I never had it over anything.
Sometimes you
right.
order it in a restaurant and it's kind of...
It's a little mushy sometimes,
it can
or
be
like
mushy or it has a
funny. Yeah. You know, it
It's
just
bitter. It's
depends
very-
on
if
where
you don't
go.
cook it right.
Right.
If you threw that whole head of broccoli rabe into a frying pan and tried to cook it, it just wouldn't, just blanch it a little
Right.
bit. Takes out all that. you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I would just eat that like that. You don't even
Mhm.
need to do anything else. Didn't
You
want
want
to.
to always make sure you keep stirring your pasta right when you put it into, because it'll stick.
Okay.
It'll stick. You have to stir, stir, stir.
Okay.
Do not forget that part, okay? And then if the sauce is reducing for too long and you find that it's too thick, what I like to do is add a little bit of that pasta water
Okay.
right to the sauce. Because this is salty water that's just going to give it a little bit more flavor. See that? Not much, just a couple tablespoons.
Okay.
This is too much for you to learn, and when I have to write this down.
Oh.
Thank God we have the blog.
I know. I would have no idea.
We have the step-by-step.
I'm gonna need the step-by-step
See,
instructions.
with every sauce, there's a lot of times different tomato. Now, I did that sauce the other night with the prime rib. Remember the prime rib we had at Christmas?
Yes.
I made sauce with that. Remember we had it at the
Yes.
beach?
So good.
Oh my gosh, honestly. But I used different. I used crushed. I used puree. I used a little.
And I would,
just mint
yeah, I
salt.
would have no idea. So you wrote it down.
Now
I
you
can
have
do
it. There's no excuse.
No
That's what I
excuse.
tell my kids now. There's no excuse. They have to know how to cook.
Yep.
We're back, and now the sauce is done. But we need to add couple more finishing touches to the sauce.
Yum.
We're gonna add a little fresh parsley. Now, most of my sauces I add basil, but I like to add parsley. Parsley gives it a nice. So it's maybe quarter of a cup of parsley. Fresh parsley, chopped.
Okay.
Wash it, dry it, chop it. Did I just splat? Okay, no, I didn't do that. All right, so the
I
parsley
know,
gives
got
it like
me.
a lot of nice color, and it sweetens the sauce. It's not really gonna change the flavor too much, okay? And then my last little trick, and I don't do this a lot, but for this sauce, it just rounds out the flavor. Dolores,
Yes.
guess what I'm adding to the sauce? A little pat of butter,
Love butter.
okay?
doesn't love
And
butter?
let me
Oh,
tell you.
that's right. You put a little pat of
Just
butter
in the vodka sauce, because it kind of offsets that, the butter offsets the sharpness of the vodka, and then rounds out the flavor with the cream.
Just makes it nice
Okay.
and creamy.
And that really is my little addition to this sauce. Just a little pat of butter. I mean, you're not.
It's okay, people. It happens.
I'm
Real life
using
stuff.
technical difficulties. I'm using the
You're
ladle. That's my
magician.
problem. All right. So see that, Allie? See that butter? It just melts right in there.
Yeah.
So and that's it. And that gives it a nice creamy texture.
Love butter.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the pasta we took out, and we just scooped it out of that salty water, and we put it in the pan. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
We did not rinse the pasta.
Okay.
You know that, right? Do not rinse your pasta.
So just put it in
because
and then.
you cooked it in that seasoned water, and you want it to happen.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna add the sauce to the.
Best part.
It's this burner. It's this burner. That one burner so hot. It's a lot hotter than the other ones. Okay. And then we have some grated cheese over there.
Mm.
And we're gonna. Now again, this is 2 pounds of pasta, so you have a lot of sauce. But I like to start with just coat it up. Oh my gosh.
You're feeding a small
See?
village.
And make sure the pasta is al dente. You know what al dente means, right?
Cooked all the way through.
A little bit of bite. You want a little bit of bite. You don't want it to be mushy. You don't want it to be mushy. So even when you go to a restaurant, you ask them. You tell them, you want your pasta cooked al dente.
Okay.
If they don't like that, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because everybody should have it the way they like it.
Right.
You know? And don't be afraid. I say it all the time, and they're perfectly fine with that. Otherwise, and most restaurants will do it that way, but there are people, sometimes older people, like it cooked a little bit more. Not, you like it al dente, or do you like it cooked a little bit more?
I like it the
Al dente.
Yeah.
Right. I remember Rosie though. He did not like it. He didn't like it al dente. I think he liked it more
We liked it mushy.
mushy. I don't really want to say mushy, but you know what I mean. Mushy. Right? Sometimes there's just other people, so you don't, you know. You could
I'm
say
starting to like it other days.
Yeah.
I didn't used to.
you didn't know. And if you're eating my pasta here, Rach, you're eating it al dente, so you can tell the difference, right?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
you're starting to like it. See, now this is a nice, thick, reduced sauce, so it's just gonna coat the pasta. It's not gonna be one of these crazy sauces that it's just, it's just a nice, thick, it coats it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready to serve now. We have our penne alla vodka, and we have our extra sauce on the side. Are you ready?
Yes,
Are
I'm
you
so
ready?
ready.
It's so good to do this with me. You're so patient. And Dolores is down there. We're gonna serve Dolores too.
Yep,
Yeah,
she's
that's
gonna
good,
have a
yeah,
little.
Now, do you like a little extra
No,
sauce, Alex?
that's it. That'll be,
Oh, that's
that'll be
Yeah,
good.
you can put a little extra
a
on
little
there.
extra. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Little grated cheese.
Yes, please.
All right. I like to buy the fresh grated Parmesan
That's
Reggiano.
perfect.
Or we can borrow the. Let's move these out of the way. Can't even see. I was resetting my kitchen back up. We need to move these.
And
There we go. Now we can see. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. A little bit more?
No, well,
No?
that's good. That's good. I don't like a lot.
All right. You don't like a lot. You stand there and you tell me how it is.
Okay.
And then I'll plate Dolores's.
That's good.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you don't want a lot either. Do you like grated cheese, Dolores?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
that.
Alrighty.
That's the best. Best
Good?
ever. So good.
That's
So good.
That's
Creamy, like pink. How about crushed pepper? No?
Huh?
A little crushed pepper?
No.
No. Okay. Here you are.
Thank you very
Mhm.
much.
Adam.
I want to
Queen.
see what that tastes like.
It is so good.